Going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now a play fake here on first down. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked by Darryl Worley. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
On second down, here's Newton. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Brooks Reed in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. So the D-line's going to spread out. Throwing on third and long. Newton. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
A decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they do inch a bit closer.
Yeah, still lots of time to go in this one. Take the points, move on, and let your defense try to get the ball back.
Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Star Latulippe in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. On second down, Ryan. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. And Charles got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Ryan. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Looks like Ryan's going to stay out there. Indeed, they're going to try for this on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. What a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. And a great spot to start this drive from here. They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Grady Jarrett able to get in there and drop him behind the line. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Deion Jones. He's the one to get in this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. And Gano's kick is right through. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So it's a third field goal for him now, and he's accounted for all 9 of their points thus far.
And he's definitely keeping them afloat. But we say it so often, field goals are not going to win you games in the National Football League. They've got to find ways to start capitalizing when they get down near the red zone.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ryan throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. A phrase we said a lot last year. Ryan to Jones for a Falcon 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And the play clock running very low, so Dan Quinn decides to call for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Running right, this is Freeman. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go. Ryan. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jones. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get him into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Starlatulele getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And hello, he's going to be knocked backward as he'll be marked down. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Give him 2 yards on that play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off right around the 43. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
After the interception, here's Ryan. That is caught at the 7. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
They'll run here with Freeman. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Carolina getting set to take the field. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Dontari Poe in there to record another sack, their 6th of the afternoon. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Forced out to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Dontari Poe in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. The shotgun snap for Newton. He's going to launch this thing way down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Desmond Trufant. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20 at the 15. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I didn't I?
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Thomas Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And a big hit at the end of that one. He's knocked down hard at the 16. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to have a third down.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. To throw on third down, Newton. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 61 yards. Now a first down throw for Newton. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave them with a third down. The Panthers on third down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 4. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. From the gun on third down, Newton. Buying time to his left. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Brooks Reed in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And 3 interceptions in this game, and I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Now it's Ryan. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Star Latulele. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Oh, look at this. Ryan's going to throw it. He's got a man. It's his fullback. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there. And
Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the 2-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives them a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
Being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Deion Jones in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Throwing is Newton. Dancing to his left. Throw left side complete. It's Shepard. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Here's Newton, escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got room. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to do what we call flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
And they're not able to complete it. Now just 6 seconds remain. Time for one, maybe two more plays. So now off goes Newton, and on comes the kicker, Graham Gano. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And his kick here is good. And that lead is back down to 9 now. So a good kick there, and they finish off the drive with 3.
And that should be the goal for an offense. Finish each drive with points. So that's a nice job there to come away with at least something.
This will be taken in at the 1. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it is.
Baby shake. And I that bouncing up and down, nearly broke. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe for a minute. White Range Rover, in it. Let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. White Range Rover, in it. Yeah, pulling up with the coupe. Oh my goodness. Must have done same with the roof. Oh my goodness. You sitting looking stupid on the stoop. Oh my goodness. I would take notes if I were you. Oh my goodness. This was the so cold, made them blow the nose off the Sphinx. You think I'ma be some type of role model? Diamonds, fine. We major, you minors.
quiet when I'm near. Always plotting on the bitches and I'm plotting on my fears. We don't need no checks from the boys. We just need respect from the boys. We don't wanna follow.
Got the streets on our knees going hey, 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 hey. Oh, keep running. Oh, keep running. Oh, keep running. Knees going hey, hey.
Honorable C note.
Yeah, little fish. I say, Lord, be my savior when it come to getting this paper. Please protect me from my haters. Just say me and I want flavor. Say amen. Amen, 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 yeah. Amen. That boys and they can't win. Can't win, can't win, can't win, can't win. Jet, 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 jet. Blowing up, blowing up, blowing up. We in it, we gonna. Blowing up, blowing up, blowing up. Did it like my persona. Blowing up, blowing up, blowing up. Living up was on us. We used to drive them Hondas. Now we pull up in the Fondas. Blow up, walk in, show up, baby, hold up, blow up, boy, don't touch, we blow up. To the bank, all new blue Benny Franks, pulled up on him in the tank, yeah, that guy just a rap guy, I'm so mad fly, he ain't. I was going on.
with the fan up. All them, I got Santa. I go monkey. Off that. Gonna do just what I say. Pull up, pass the Uber in that right. She so bad, but she said. I feel guilty, I might as well just plead my case. I say, Lord, be my savior when it comes to getting this paper. People tell me from my haters, just say me and I won't save her. Say amen. Yeah. Bad boys and they can't win. Jet. Going up. We in it, we gonna. Going up. Did it like my persona. Going up. Bibbing up was honest. We used to drug them hardest. Now we pull up in the furnace. Glow up. Walking, show up.
Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's Wilson Seahawks going up against Ryan's Falcons.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League presented by EA Sports. A few moments ago, battle with the Seattle Seahawks. Here's Blair Walsh now about ready to get us started. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. He'll try and run for the first time with Freeman. And not a whole lot doing there, as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now Ryan on 2nd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Here's Thomas Rawls with his first carry. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run. The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean. They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves. On second down, Rawls. And they go the wrong way on this one.
Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
On 3rd down, Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Paul Richardson, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. Precision, precision, precision. That's the definition of it right there. Great pass, great catch for the score.
Yeah, people talk about arm strength all the time. Well, if you're not precise and you're not accurate, the arm strength really doesn't matter. We saw a little bit of everything with that throw.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
Thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Freeman again. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Now that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
It's caught. Jones. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. Oh, look at the juke. And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. And no move by Dan Quinn to get the offense off the field. They're staying out there, and they're going for it on 4th. They'll run it with Coleman. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back. It's a gain of 4 that time, and it'll give the Falcons a 1st down. Here's Ryan. 20. The left side completion to Jones. That one goes for 24 yards. And for Julio, he had a touchdown in the victory over the Rams to go along with 94 yards, 9 catches total in that game for Julio Jones.
And not only that, was it just me, or did I see them target Julio Jones in the red zone?
In the red zone, right.
Because there hasn't been much of that for him throughout the season. I think he's had, 8 red zone targets or catches?
Yeah, just 3 touchdowns total.
And part of that, of course, is teams are not going to let him beat them down in the red zone, so they try and take him away. But we often see teams scheme open their best receiver. Really surprised that it's that little for Julio Jones. I expect that number to increase the farther they go in the playoffs, though.
And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. On 3rd down. That's Coleman. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the 2nd quarter, it has been a struggle. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
They'll try and run. Freeman. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
This offense bent the defense in their long drive downfield, but once they got within sight of the goal line, the defense went to don't break mode and is stiffened.
And the 42-year-old veteran's kick is up and good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a 15-play drive. Can't believe that only resulted in 3, but it did.
That is somewhat amazing, isn't it? When you hold the ball that long, run offense that well, yet only put 3 points on the board, it has to be a little bit of a disappointment, doesn't it?
Has to. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. On 1st down, Wilson. Steps away to his left, and he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Dontari Poe continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11. Now Wilson on 2nd down. He's going to air one out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Here's Ryan. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Now Ryan. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Frank Clark with a big-time sack on 3rd down, and it'll be a loss of 7. So on 4th down, off goes Matt Ryan, and on is another Matt Bryant. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the defense gets the pick. The offense, Charles, they go backwards, but they do get 3 points.
Very happy to get to 3, but you know who's happier? The defensive team on the other side. They shut them down after the turnover.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They start on the ground with Rawls. And some room to roam now. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Tyler Lockett was the target there, and that'll bring up second down. Here's Wilson. Going to throw again. Flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack, although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't, because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that, and the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you face an intentional grounding call.
And he's got Lockett, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They convert on third with a gain of 22. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. First down, this is Rawls. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
They go again with Rawls. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And out now come the Seahawks. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. A fake to Rawls. Now it's Wilson rolling to his left. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Adrian Claiborne in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big play on 3rd down for the Seahawks. And even 50 yards. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Wilson to give to Rawls. Pretty move. Down to the 25. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think that's about as good a 3-yard run as you're going to see. And he actually did with a little bit of flair, didn't he?
And he motions the wide receiver. They stay on the ground. Rawls again. Pushes past him. And some big-time hitting going on there. He is knocked to the ground at the 15-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Wilson going to give to Rawls. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Now a give. Right side, it's Rawls. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll try to pound it in with Lacey. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Well, they've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball under.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Brooks Reed in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way the opposite direction. And that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Ryan. Getting it out left side to Sanu. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Ryan to Sanu, good for an Atlanta 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. From midfield now, here's Ryan. Sanu with a grab over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the 4th with the football. Freeman again, a 1st down carry. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. On 2nd down, Freeman. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
And this one brought in by Sanu. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down. He's back to throw. And he's got Sanu. They'll get 17 yards there. And the Falcons are going to get a first. Well, they did the part they had to do. Quick throw got the first down.
But that doesn't allow them to relax. They still have plenty of work to do.
Back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Here's Ryan. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
They'll look to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. As they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. The Seahawks on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Try it here. He's back to throw. Forced out to his left. It's complete to Lockett. It's a gain of 21 that time. And it's good enough for a Seattle first. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
And now a first down following that long gain. Back to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Wilson trying to urge his guys to go faster and get set at the line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. So on now is Blair Walsh, and a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So on now is Blair Walsh. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And his kick is good. He knocks through his 3rd field goal of the game, and this one is the one that decides it. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for
week in your own.
It's okay. I heard he's mad at me cause I'm getting money. I heard he's mad at me cause he's on me. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. I heard he's mad at me cause I'm shining. They ain't seen it when a young out here grinding. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, yeah. Either way, young getting paid, yeah. I heard he's mad at me cause I'm popping. They don't. I'm supposed to make it out and I don't bring my no way, no way, no way, yeah. They ones and they here to stay, yeah. I heard he's always hating, said I never make it. I heard he's always talking with them. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, yeah. It's okay, it's okay, it's I heard he's mad at me, he's on me. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, yeah. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, yeah.
I heard he tryna lie me, but I ain't no dummy. It's okay though, got it, you really want it. I spent 13 on the ring and now I feel unlucky. Hey, she love my diamond ring, she said she wanna touch it. It's okay, I get 30K just to hit the stage. Sip, hit my Michael, in my Michael J. I get cake, I cannot complain. Been finessing since I was a kid in the 2nd grade. Selling lemonade, get paid. Hold up, wait, can I get paid? Yawn, in a break, feel like I'm in space. See a snake, kill a snake, get paid. Get left every day, so get your straight.
I heard he's always hating, said I never make it. I heard he's always talking with them. of your friends to some enemies. Yeah, but I got to check with him. I had the bands. Pull up in the land. Diamonds on me look like I heard these always hating, said I'll never make it. I heard these always talking with them. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay.
Now I set foot in the place, it's a luau, killing like 10 counts. Y'all know how we get down, house with the fence around. Y'all know that we en route, transition from the Impala to the Fisker. I should charge. When we in the place, my used to lava boys got it up in some flames, stirring up the cup with my wrist souffle. Rain with the Fendi belt, angry face like put some gold on my fingers, neck, and shoestrings. Long time no. Young whippersnapper with the range. Pause, then I went to range. Call that hottie on my stage. Long week, but a great day. So it got me like sage. Yeah, you know I've been ballin'. Ay, yeah, you know I've been ballin'. Ay, every day I'm shot callin'. I'm a spray, make it rain just to let you know I've been ballin'. Ay, yeah, I've been ballin'. Yeah, just to let you know I'm ballin'. I'm a spray, make it rain just to let you know. Tell a hater get up out my face. Yeah, I've been ballin' since like yesterday. Yeah, all this money all up in the way. That I'm walking with the brain. Yeah, water, diamond on my ring. You know that I'm rockin', feel the blue. You know that, yeah, you know I've been ballin'. Ay, yeah, you know I've been ballin'. Ay, every day I'm shot callin'. Make it rain just to let you know I've been ballin'. Ay, yeah, I've been ballin'. Yeah, just to let you know I'm ballin'. I'm a spray, make it rain just to let you know. Yeah, you cannot see me, the windows is tinted. Yeah, driving around right in that Bentley. Ay, you driving around right in that Bentley. Ay, but your shit, it should be rented. Ay, but that is none of my business. Ay, money won't stop me, go straight to the top. Believe it or not, just like in the same. Yeah, she know I'm a rock star. Looking at my chain, on my diamonds rock hard. Turned the way up, I ain't getting tired. And if you wanna race, then we gonna ride. Yeah. Ay. I'm a spray, make it rain just to let you know.
Man, too broke to pay attention. Man. Yeah. Man, listen. All I got is the sand.